following the new deal regarding trade with Mexico and with Canada, Donald Trump wanted to brag about how he's a great negotiator by holding a press conference at the Rose Garden. And there was one particular female reporter who wanted to ask him a question. Her name is Cecilia Vega. You might be familiar with her work on ABC News. And the way Trump addressed her was problematic, to say the least. So let's take a look at that exchange.
Question? Yeah, go ahead. Sure. She's shocked that I picked her. No. She's like in a state of shock.
I'm not thinking, Mr.
That's
President.
okay. I know you're not thinking. You never do.
I'm sorry?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
In a tweet this weekend, Mr. President.
He's such a weirdo, man.
So he said, "You're never thinking," which is ridiculous. But the thing that actually, so look, that is to be expected from Trump. I don't think we should normalize it, but this isn't the first time he has spoken to a woman in that way. He's referred to women as pigs in the past. He's bragged about, grabbing them by the genitals without consent. I mean, this is par for the course when it comes to Trump. What bothered me was the commentary after the fact. Now, first off, the transcript of this exchange was edited to make it appear as though Trump said, "I know you're not thanking, you never do."
What a stupid lie. Come on, you MAGA dudes, you really thought he said, "You're not thanking, you never do." What does that mean? She didn't say thank you. That makes no sense in that context. And you heard it with your own ears. I know you live in an alternate reality with alternate facts. And so you think, was it thanking? Maybe I heard thanking. I'm gonna rewind and convince myself it was thanking. No, it was, "You're never thinking, you never do." So because that's a thing people say. They don't say, "You weren't thanking, you never do." It's not a thing people say.
Exactly.
And so, by the way, just so you understand what political correctness, because apparently your dear leader loves political correctness. It was when the Soviets and yes, the Nazis would literally change government documents so that they were not factually correct, but that they were politically correct. They didn't care what the facts were. They changed them to make them, that's where the term originates from, politically correct. And that's what Trump does all the time. This is now at least half a dozen times they've changed the transcript because it was inconvenient what the dumbass leader said. But the guys who changed the transcripts are even dumber. It's on tape. We just showed it. We can show it again. Everybody knows he said what he said. Every reporter on the scene was like, he said thinking, not thanking. But you doctored the transcript thinking, oh, they'll never catch on.
So the White House eventually, after some backlash, did correct the record, and they did change the transcript to reflect what Trump actually said. So I wanted to make sure I give you that update. But now to the.
But can I just say, for the minute or so that you didn't know that, you MAGA guys, why don't you go ahead and admit you were thinking, oh no, it was thinking. It was thinking.
Of course.
Oops, it was thinking.
Okay, so now to the commentary following the exchange, which actually surprisingly bothered me more than the exchange, because as I already mentioned, this is something that I would expect from Trump. Nothing shocks me from him anymore. But there was a lot of support for Cecilia Vega, and there was a lot of praise for the way she handled it, because as you can see, she said, "Excuse me," and then she moved on to her question. And I think, look, if that's the way she wanted to handle it, that's up to her. Good on you, do you, boo. But I hate the pressure to never be confrontational if you're a woman, right? Handle it with grace. No. How about everybody shut up and let her handle it the way that she sees fit? So if she wants to be aggressive and more confrontational, she should have every right to do so, because she is not the one who provoked any situation here. It was the President of the United States who thought that it would be acceptable to accuse a female journalist of never thinking, okay? So if she wanted to be more aggressive, then no one has the right to be angry at her for that or to criticize her for that. There's only one person who's wrong in this situation, and it was Donald Trump. I'm just tired of the pressure that women face regarding how they react to things. Be calm, be graceful, be classy. No, how about you shut up and you let her handle it the way she sees fit?
And there's a double standard not just between men and women, but between Trump and non-Trump people. So how come we never ask him to be graceful? I mean, he's a bully through and through. He does it, and maybe you could argue, hey, he does it to everybody. Remember to the male reporter who was disabled and how he viciously mocked that reporter? Why isn't there ever a standard where he should be a decent human being for a second? And of course I agree with Anna. I've had a great range of reactions when I've been challenged in the past, from calm and sarcasm to not at all calm and flipping things on him. I told this story in a post game for the members where there's some guy, we got in a fight in a tennis court, and he called me fat, which is true enough, but he was about twice my size. So I got next to his gut and I was like, you're calling me fat. You're calling me fat. In this case, if Cecilia Vega came and said, did you just say, I'm never thinking, Mr. President? I just want to be clear. Donald Trump just claimed somebody else is never thinking. That would have been a perfectly fine reaction. She had no obligation to be graceful. If I would have gone back at him like that, and if she went back at him like that, I'm sure that they would have criticized her and it's called her biased, etc. How about his bias? How about his bias against the entirety of the news, calling them fake news and lying about it day in, day out? How about him, for no reason at all, whether it had to do with gender or not, totally attacking this reporter out of thin air?
Out of thin air, exactly.
I know you weren't thinking, you never do. Why? Why would you say that to someone? Because you're a terrible person. On the go? Don't worry, we got you covered. You can still listen to TYT at our new podcast network. Find us on Apple Podcasts, the Google Play Store, or at tyt.com/podcast.